we grow together and learn about God.
You might be wondering what I'm wearing and what are these? I'm glad you asked. This is my old uniform. Yep, I was the captain of the basketball team. Captain of the angry ants. Not regular ants, angry ones. We're ants. We're angry. Not much rhymes with angry. We're not people. We're not plants. We're angry ants.
Wow. Nice cheer.
Thanks. Yeah, I was the captain of the basketball team, but always thought I would rock as a cheerleader.
That's very interesting because I always thought I would rock as a cheerleader. They get serious and stare each other down.
Shall we?
Oh, we shall. Cheer off.
We don't fuss. We don't rant. We just win. We're the angry ants.
Trying to play with us? Don't make me laugh. We'll win for sure. We're the fighting giraffes.
Do you hear that rumble? Just wait and you will see. Because here come those angry ants. We're ants and we're angry.
Okay. You win. Seeing you cheer your heart out for the angry
Ants.
Yes, of course, ants. You know, that reminds me of one of God's biggest cheerleaders, David.
For real? It's really hard to picture King David doing a cheer routine.
I know what you mean, but in 2 Samuel 6, King David was bringing back the Ark of the Covenant back home to the city of David. David was really happy because for them, the Ark of the Covenant represented the presence of God.
That would be worth cheering about.
You want to do a cheer?
Well, no.
Why not?
Well, I only know angry ant cheers.
So David was so happy that he danced and danced. 2 Samuel 6:14 says, wearing a linen ephod, David danced before the Lord with all his might.
Is a ephod like a cheer uniform?
That just meant that King David had taken off all his royal clothes and was wearing just regular stuff like everyone else. Kings never ever took their royal robes when they were in public.
Ah, so dancing like that and in clothes like that was not what kings do.
Exactly. But David did it anyway because he wanted to celebrate God that much. But Michal, David's wife, didn't think it was so cool. When David got home in verse 20, how the king of Israel has distinguished himself today.
Sounds like she liked it.
She was being sarcastic.
Oh.
Later, she said that King David was acting like any vulgar fellow would. See, she thought that King David should be following the same act for how a king should act. But David didn't care about that. He was God's cheerleader. He was going to follow God.
David followed God. His wife didn't like it. That's her problem.
It was a good try.
Thanks.
Okay. In 2 Samuel 6, verse 21 through 22, David says to Michal, I will celebrate before the Lord. I will become even more undignified than this, and I will be humiliated in my own eyes.
What does that mean?
That meant that David didn't care how it looked. He was going to follow God because he knew following God is the best game plan.
Follow God. That's our plan, both in the air and on the land.
You know, your angry ant cheers were really quite good.
Oh, thank you.
And I appreciate your effort in cheering about this Bible story. It doesn't always look cool to follow God, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it. In fact, maybe that means we should do it all the more. See ya.
You might be wondering why I just have this one pom-pom. Or because I'm using just one palm, it's just called a palm? I don't know. Either way, I think I'm gonna carry it around with me for a bit. I know it might be a little goofy, but the Ark of the Covenant in the story was like a visible reminder of how God is to us. Maybe this can be a reminder for me. What can you take around with you to remind you that following God is the best game plan? People might ask you about it and give you a chance to talk about God. How cool is that? That gives you a chance to follow God and cheer for God and all the great things God does. David was God's biggest cheerleader, and he didn't care what he looked like. He was going to follow God because he knew that was the best game plan. And we can do the same thing. I had a great time cheering, pom-pomming, or now palming, and learning Bible stuff with you today. It's always fun to grow together. See you next time. Bye.